the cradle of the Philippine Revolution and the site of the first successful one. A province that is rich in history with a large number of national heroes. A place where the past harmonizes with the present and will continue to live on in the future. With walls that tell stories dating back to pre-Spanish era, to the first raising of the Philippine flag. From stories of our national heroes to honoring war veterans, a place of reflection and grounding, and a place of release, not just from oppression, but from pressures of life. I am BILLIE HAKENSON, and I'm representing the historical capital of the Philippines, the land of the brave, and my home, Provincia de Cavite.
All right, good evening and have a blessed Sunday evening to each and everyone. Welcome to Pageant Trend. My name is Jay Barbo and I am the founder of this page. So welcome kayo sa page ko, and tonight, makakasama natin ang isa sa mga dark horse na sinasabi ng isa sa mga candidates ng Miss Universe Philippines 2020. And before ko introduce muna sa inyo ang ating guest for tonight, of course, I would like to introduce first my co-host from all the way from Thailand. Please welcome Ryan. Rai, your mic.
Hello, Sawadee Kap. Okay na ba, Jay? Sorry for that.
Yeah.
Kumusta mga kababayan? Sana
Hello,
ma-enjoy
Rai.
kayo dito.
Okay, kumusta Rai sa Thailand?
Okay lang naman, umuulan. Tapos kung COVID pag-uusapan, okay ang COVID na ngayon dito sa Thailand. Sana dyan din sa Pilipinas.
Oo nga sana maging okay na din tayo para more pageants to come, di ba?
Yes,
so,
tiwala lang.
Alright, so thank you so much Ryan and welcome to Pageant Trend. Alright, so wag na natin patagalin ang ating special guest for tonight. I'm sure excited na kayo na makilala ang ating guest. She is from Cavite and a pride of Cavite. Please welcome Miss BILLIE HAKENSON. Hi, BILLIE.
Hi, everyone. Hi,
Hello,
Jay.
BILLIE.
Hi, Ryan. Nice meeting you po. Hi, everyone. So first for watching. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you, Sir Ryan. I'm BILLIE HAKENSON, and I'm a representative of Cavite for the Miss Universe Philippines 2020 pageant.
All right. So, kumusta naman si BILLIE during the lockdown or pandemic?
At first, it was kind of hard because I was alone in Cebu. So I live in Cebu, by the way, Sir Ryan. I'm a flight attendant and I'm based in Cebu. And so, I don't know, the first few weeks of the lockdown, medyo anxiety triggering talaga, especially when you're alone. And I got really worried because my family's in Cavite, so medyo malayo. And in Cebu, I live with my dog. So nakaraos ako with the lockdown because I was with a dog. So emotional support, kumbaga.
Okay.
Always ka ba din nagtitrain, Miss BILLIE? Tinitrain mo yourself mo para sa pageant?
I'm currently under Apes and Queens and online classes. And after the GCQ, we already started the physical training. I think, MGCQ ba yun? MGCQ. We started the physical training, pero with following all the necessary protocols. So social distancing, we were wearing masks, and then Q&A naman, we still continue with the Zoom Q&A sessions.
So, how
Meron
about,
akong, ah,
sige, sige, ikaw muna, Rai. Push.
okay. Meron akong naalala, di ba mahaba yung buhok mo dati sa
Miss
kabilang
World.
pageant? Oo, sa Miss
Yes.
World.
Yes.
What make you decide na nagpa-cut ka ng hair?
Actually,
Sino
baligtad
na-
siya.
Ah,
Baligtad. Kasi I used to have this kind of hair. And then when I joined Miss World, pinahaba ko siya. So for the pageant. And then right after that, babalik na ako with my work. Pinakat ko na ulit siya because mas convenient kasi siya in terms of flying, ganyan. Mas madali siyang i-manage. Mas nakakatulog ako ng mahaba because I don't need to put it in a bun anymore because I work as a flight attendant. So ayun, but this really is my hair. This is really my style. It's not really designed for the pageant itself. I'm glad that it's working pretty well right now.
uso na
Okay,
yan, ma'am.
All right. So, Miss Billy, kumusta naman yung experience mo sa runway challenge? 'Di ba we had our fast talk.
Yes.
Yun.
Yes.
So,
Sobrang
nag-enjoy ka.
tagal na niya, no? Tagal-tagal na
Yeah.
niya. March pa yata yun. Yeah, that was actually my favorite activity that we had because we didn't know what's gonna happen. Hindi namin alam kung saan kami maglalakad, how long the runway gonna be. We didn't know the choreography, how much crowd is gonna be there. So it was all a surprise. So it's really a challenge. It's really long. It's 200-meter runway, but I enjoyed every bit of it. I love walking. I love doing catwalk. I love doing pasarela, and I think that's actually one of my strengths in this competition.
May tawag ka ba sa walk mo kung sakasakali?
Yes. We already
ang
figured
tawag?
out a walk, and we call it the Wagayway Walk,
Wow.
inspired
Wagayway.
by the Wagayway Festival of Imos, Cavite.
Wow.
That's great, 'di ba? So, very iconic din siya, Wagayway Walk, 'di ba? Alright. So, by the way, guys, if you have questions, just comment down below and don't hesitate na mag-type sa ating comment section. So, we'll be reading it later, right after sa mga questions na prepare namin kay Miss Billie. Yeah.
Actually,
So,
Jay, may question na tayo ngayon. One from our viewers.
Okay.
Ready
sige,
na ba
sige.
si Miss Billie?
Okay.
Wait lang,
sige.
warm up tayo.
Warm up. Okay, inhale, exhale. Kaya mo yan. Tiwala.
Okay, so we have our first question from our viewers muna. So, she or he is watching from our YouTube channel, Pageant Trend TV. So, here is the question. If you could
Okay.
choose, ayan, say Ryan, go.
Okay, from her name is Agoroy. Okay. And then this is the question. If you could choose what time period to be born and what sex to be. Yun yung tanong niya.
I would still choose to be born in the generation in the time that I was born, which was 1994, mainly because it's the transition of between the technology that we have now to the lack of it in the prior years, and that middle ground makes it really makes it easy for us to adjust whatever advancement that there is right now. And in terms of sex, I would still choose to be female. Why? Because it's not easy to harness the power and the grace and the grit of a woman. And I am really proud that I am doing it right now.
All right. So we have a next question from our viewers.
And from Facebook, and his
Yes.
name is Jersey, Mr. Jersey Abrasaldo Zabat. The question is, ano po yung asset nyo na maipapakita nyo sa Miss Universe Philippines?
There's actually quite a lot, but if I were to choose, it's my personality and me being relatable. I didn't come from a well-off family. I came from a family that was purely, mainly supported by a sari-sari store, which is actually very authentic to Filipinos. And that is something that I am pretty sure most Filipinos can relate to, because that's already part of our culture. And aside from that, I always try to show my personality. I always try to show how authentic and real I am. And I think that is one of the assets that I can share with the universe.
Wow, that's a very impressive answer, Miss Billie.
Thank you, Ryan.
Wow. So, thank you. Let's proceed to our question and answer. Okay, so we
We're
have
going to
we have,
ask.
yes, we prepared some questions for you. Ito yung mga from
Ito
past
na.
questions from the Miss Universe. So ito yung mga
Okay.
tanong during the Miss Universe Q&A. So we have first here.
Okay. So name something over the course of your life that you failed at and tell us what you have learned from that experience.
So it's from Miss Universe 2016 question.
Mm-hmm.
I failed to choose a course that I really wanted to have or to take when I was still in college, mainly because I was very young and I was still undecided. And it goes to show that in those stages of our life, we really need to depend on people. We really need to listen to people, especially to our parents and to those who can really give us advices and those who have wisdom in life. And now that I am 26 years old and currently had my own experiences that I am very much willing to share to everyone, I am proud to say that I have valued my options, and now I am purely capable of choosing which is right and which is wrong for me.
Thank you so much, Billy. So we have next question.
Pinagpapawisan ako.
Go, Ryan.
Okay. Sa viewers ba?
No,
Dito.
naka-flat screen.
Okay. So, if there were no rules in your life for one day and you could be outrageous, what would you do? This question, Miss Universe 1997.
I would also like to answer the same answer from the Miss Universe 1997 to eat everything twice, but I already do that now. I eat a lot. So if I were to do something without rules, I think that would be to sleep and just lazy out in the couch while watching TV because I am a very hardworking person. I love to fly, and sometimes I slave at work, and sometimes I just really want to chill also. So that would be one thing that I would do one day in my life with no rules.
Wow.
Wow, thank you so much. Moving on to our next question, please. There you have it.
Okay, so would you change your religious beliefs to marry the person you love? This question, sa Miss Universe 2011.
No, and it's not just religious beliefs. I think overall, my overall belief should be respected in the relationship. And I think in a relationship, three things should be present, and that would be trust, compromise, and most of all, love.
Perfect.
Perfect answer.
Another question.
What quality in yourself are you most proud of? And how will you apply that quality to your time as Miss Universe? Miss Universe 2017.
I think that quality will be me being relatable and we need someone who yeah, so right now what we need is someone people can relate to, someone who is tangible, someone who is human, someone who is not perfect, who makes mistake. And this is something that I want to share with the universe. I wanted to know that as human beings, we are allowed to make mistakes and learn from it. We are not perfect beings. We are not someone who came from the mold. And I am trying to channel that not only through me being relatable, but also through my looks, which is not the typical beauty queen look. And I think that this is something that I want to promote, especially in terms of beauty. And I wanted to show the world that the universe, rather, sorry, the universe that beauty is actually versatile.
Wow. Uwian na tayo, Sir Jay.
Oh my God,
Miss
no.
Universe na. Miss Universe 2020 na to. Well spoken na.
Napapay-worth ba ako ng konti dun sa world sa universe?
Actually, parang hindi nga kinakabahan.
Yes, very
Kaya
confident.
my hands are really cold and clammy right now.
Hindi halata.
Yeah. So, Billy, are you ready for our next question?
Okay.
So,
Ready?
Okay. Next
So,
question.
what quality in yourself are you most proud of, and how
I
will you
I think we
apply that?
already answered
That's-
this.
It's already
Oh, that's
here.
okay.
Ayan.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry for that. Okay. So which have it is easier in life, men or women? Question to some Miss Universe
Oo nga, kasi
2008.
Colombia to. And her answer is really, really
Hmm.
good. So I think it's really hard to top up. But let's try. Let's see. Which have it easier in life? Men or women? I think it is equally hard for both, especially if we don't play with our weaknesses and strengths. If we don't choose to um, accept the opportunities that are presented to us, and if we don't try to practice what is already there, and if we don't try to appreciate what we already have, then life will not be easier for either of the sexes.
Wow.
Thank you so much. Okay, next question.
Ooh.
Here's the question. What is the essence of being a woman? Sa question to ng Miss Universe 1994.
I think there is no monolithic experience as to being a woman. All our experiences are different, but the main essence of being a woman is our strength, our grace, and our grit. And I think those three are the most important essence of being a woman.
Galing talaga.
Galing.
Oh my God, girl, stop.
Alam mo, Jay, para pag siya na yung sumasagot, ako yung kinakabahan, ako yung nanglalamig.
Oh my God.
Kasi
Yeah.
mas nafe-feel ko yung, ay my God, nafe-feel ko yung parang akin na yung corona.
Billy,
Sa'yo na. Sa'yo na.
do you feel any pressure right now?
Yes, I do feel the pressure right now, especially the competition is getting really close.
So how much did you prepare for this pageant?
Well, it has been what, 6 months already. I think all the girls have prepared really, really well. So not just physically, but most importantly, mentally, holistic, actually, even emotional. Because ang daming factors. We have the pandemic, and then we have our own personal problems. Some of the candidates actually lost their jobs, so it's really hard. But as for me, I think I'm quite ready.
Billy, yung sumali ka sa Miss World Philippines, after that, diretso ka na sa Miss Universe.
No, bumalik po
Miss
ako sa flying.
Philippines.
Miss Universe Philippines. So bumalik po ako sa flying. After Miss World, siguro I flew for like 2 months, I think. And then I was invited to join Miss Universe Philippines. It's not actually something that I planned. Hindi ko siya plinano. But my good friend, Sir Jim Ryan Ross, my accredited partner, he invited me to join. So parang he convinced me na just try it lang. Let's see if makapasok, then go. If not, then go back to flying. But then after the screening, nakapasok. So might as well. And I'm already 26. I'm not getting any younger. So might as well do it.
All right. So batiin muna natin ang ating 111 viewers. Thank you so
Hello
much
sa
guys
mga
for
viewers.
tuning in, and please don't forget to like, share, and share this live. And also
Yes.
naka-live din tayo sa Pageant Trend YouTube channel. Ayan. So let's have a reading comments from our viewers naman. Okay. Brian,
Yes. San ba to
Go ahead.
dito?
go ahead. Just read on the flash, on the screen.
Okay. So from what? Okay, from Facebook viewers.
Comment.
Okay.
Just
Kahit ano?
sa flash screen. Sa live tayo.
Oh,
Sa live.
si Norman. Hi,
okay,
Norman. Thank you for the cheer.
Oh, Norman. Alumeron Mata. Go, 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 sabi niya.
Yeah.
Hello,
Yeah.
Norman.
Another one.
Tito D,
And
I love you, Tito D.
Tito
Thank you
D.
po.
Si Tito
Wow.
D is watching.
Marami kang supporters talaga, Miss Billie.
I never expected any of this, actually. Grabe, sobrang thankful. Sobrang thankful ko. Thank you, Sir Norman.
Norman Alolimoren. And Tito D, sawadi ka, Ryan. Okay, sawadi krap. Sawadi ka.
Oh, thank you, Larry.
Okay, comments
From
from
Miss
there.
Universe Cavite. Sabi pa nga nila yung Caviteño na blood matatapang, hindi umuurong, di ba? So
Yes.
walang urungan. Go lang ng
Yes.
go.
But actually, I don't have Caviteño blood, but I was born and raised in Cavite. So my environment and everything, the outside influence is all Caviteño. But my mom is actually from Masbate and my dad is British.
Okay.
Okay,
From
so we
Dave,
have from Dave Clark.
Sir
Dazan.
Dave Clark Dazon. Okay,
Thank you,
go Billie.
Dave.
Next, we have
Kay
Ryan.
Janap. Oh, it's hello. Hello, Ryan. Oh, hello, Kay Janap. Thanks. Marami kang fans sa
I know,
Thailand.
sobrang thank you. Share this live feed pala. Ha?
Yes. From Sir Generic, Michael Libao. Michael Libao?
Yeah. Next.
Then Andy D. Baltores. From Sir Andy, share your preparations. Okay, want to share your preparations?
Sure. So when I started with the competition, I actually was an independent candidate. So during the press presentation, independent pa ako nun. So I didn't know, I didn't have any formal pasarela training. I didn't have any formal Q&A training. So I just, kung ano ko, yun na yun. Yun yung pinasok ko dun sa press presentation. But then after that, I was adopted by Aces and Queens. And then sobrang dami ko pa palang kailangan gawin. Sobrang dami ko pang mas natutunan with Aces and Queens. So with the pasarela, we have Mama Ian who choreographed my walk, my poses. And then for question and answer, we have Attorney JV Salud, we have Attorney JT and Miss Callie. They're all lawyers, and Miss Callie is a law student right now. So in terms of question and answer, medyo equipped talaga kami with the right tools. And then for the hair and makeup, I have Sir Jim Ryan Ross who trained me for that. And for the workout session, we have Papa J of Aces and Queens also. So medyo holistic yung preparation with Aces and Queens, which is a really, really big help because I wouldn't have as much supporters as this if it weren't for them, if they didn't help me prepare for this pageant.
Okay, grabe no.
Grabe.
Nahirapan ako sa sa sagot. Ang
Okay,
haba.
It's
we have
kwento lang
another
naman.
yes. We have another comment from our viewers. Ryan,
From
go.
Miss Gersava Tumambo Tej. So sana mag-long hair si Queen B sa prelim and final. What do you think about that?
I don't want to close my doors with having a long hair, but right now I think short hair really fits my personality. I am really comfortable with my short hair. Plus, it's easier to manage and it's easier to maintain, and it's cheaper pa sa shampoo and sa conditioner. So, economical din siya.
And also, Miss Billie, it fits the crown.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We have another comment from
Miss Larry Armenta. Good luck, Billie.
Thank you po. Thank you, Miss Larry. Thank you po.
another one.
From Norman
Thank you,
Alamoran
Norman.
Pretty. Ang ganda mo daw, see?
Okay, so we have questions from our viewers.
Okay.
So from JL Calzas Dahan. So here's the question. What makes you the next Miss Universe Philippines? So this is Love from Cavite.
Yeah, actually, si JL Dahan, he was my very, very first walking mentor. But that's for modeling. Sorry, sinegue ko lang. He discovered me when I was 16 years old. So, nananayan ko to siya. Wala kang pasalubong sa akin. Nag-drop ka ng question dito. But what makes you the next Miss Universe Philippines? I am the next Miss Universe Philippines because I am not perfect. Because I am flawed. And my ability to see all these weaknesses makes it possible for me to see my potential to grow, not just as a phenomenal woman, but also as the best version of Miss Universe Philippines that I can be.
Wow,
Right.
Philippines.
Perfect. Okay, so we have another question from our viewers.
From Mr. Toffee Kababat. So tell us about the time when you had to overcome peer pressure to do the right thing.
Mhm.
That's his question.
I was lucky enough to not experience such pressure because when I was still studying, when I was still younger, I was actually bullied. So I spent most of my time alone. But what I would advise to people who actually are under these circumstances, who are experiencing peer pressure, is that you have to dig deep within yourself. You have to know deep within you, does it feel right? Do you think that this action will be of benefit to you or of benefit to other people? And then only then should you decide if you should do this or not.
That's a very deep answer. Yes.
It's another
Hi,
comment.
Sir Ramon Leon. Thank
Comment
you for
from
watching.
Yes. Thank you for watching, Ramon Leon. Here is another question, Billy. Ryan,
so
go.
from Mr. Maki Galvante. Aside from yourself, who do you think is the most worthy of Miss Universe 2020 crown?
I actually have two girls in mind, and I'm pretty biased about this because we're really close friends. It will be Miss Bohol, Pauline Amelix, and Miss Albay of Paula Ortega. So these girls are amazing. They're beautiful. They're strong, and they're very, very intelligent. And I think that if I don't get to win the crown, I would be happy and very happy and ecstatic to see it on top of their heads.
Wow.
Another question.
Another question from the viewers. From Mr. Dexter Javier. So name the next woman who you would like to see in a Philippine peso bill and why.
I think I would like to see the former Senator Miriam Defensor in a Philippine peso bill. See, she is such an iconic woman, such a strong woman who really speaks her mind, who is an example of not being afraid to step up and own their place and seat at the table. So I think it would be a great example to young girls if you would actually promote and share her stories and share what she has done for the country through her being in the Philippine peso bill.
Thank you so much. So we have comments from Jersey.
Thank you,
Very
Jersey.
natural answer.
Thank you.
Tama
Another
naman siya.
Yes, correct. Another question.
So from Mr. Marcel Sigismondo, if you could be anyone else besides yourself, who would you be?
I want to be Michelle Obama. She has been in the position as well. She's the wife of the former U.S. president, and she was never just in the sidelines. She steps up. She promoted empowerment. She speaks about what is right, and she was there supporting her husband, and she helped lead the country. She helped lead a country, which is a good example that women are strong forces in terms of leading, even whatever it may be. It can be a country, it can be just a household, but women are phenomenal and they're a force to be dealt with. And I think one good example of that is Miss Michelle Obama.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Next question.
From JL
Oh
Casas
my
Dahan.
God.
Okay. Mentor mo siya, di ba? So if you
Yes.
will answer the same question from Miss World Philippines 2019, okay, what will you sacrifice for love? What will be your thoughts?
So this was asked to me last year by Mayor Scott Moreno. And so after answering it, then naturally I would formulate a better answer. So my answer would have been, I would give up pride. I am I consider myself as a very strong and very independent person. And sometimes pride can get in the way of the relationship. And I have learned this with my past relationships. And for the relationship to survive, trust, love, compromise, all three of those should be in there. And so my answer would be pride.
Wow. So we have comments from our viewers.
From Mr. Maki Galvante. Do you know this? Do you know Mr. Maki?
No, but well, it's Miss Bohol in the comment section, so that's really a big compliment.
Okay, so at ito yung comment niya. Same with Miss Bohol. Ano ba to? Tagalog.
Kakatalo.
Magkakatalo na lang sa delivery at execution. Okay, sorry.
Thank
Bisaya.
you.
Next comment.
So,
Thank
from
you,
Mr. Reggie Velasco Luis, beautiful answer. Yun yung comment niya.
Okay, so we have another question.
From Mr. Jersey Abrasaldo Zabat, what is your opinion in Miss ME?
Me
plus-
too.
It's a Me Too.
Okay, Me Too movement.
Me Too movement.
Not familiar with
Yes,
that.
So I fully support Me Too movement. I was a victim of gender-based violence, and someone has to start talking about it. We have to break the silence. Someone has to start sharing their experiences. And if given the chance, if given the platform, I would be very much willing to advocate for the voiceless, for those who are scared to step up and speak up. And so I fully support 100% the Me Too movement.
Right. So moving on to our next question from our viewers.
From Mr. Muhaimin Kasmin Unsa, if mananalo ka ng Miss Universe Philippines 2020, anong dadalhin mong culture ng Pilipinas as your highlights?
This is the first time that I was asked in Tagalog. So that's a really nice, it has a really nice flow in it. But if I were to win Miss Universe Philippines 2020, the culture that I will bring is our culture of being hardworking. The Miss Universe title is not, the Miss Universe Philippines title, I would assume, is not an easy task to do. And so being a hard worker could really be useful for the duration of my reign as a Miss Universe Philippines 2020. So that's one quality of a Filipino that I will bring during my reign.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Next.
From Mr. Joghar Agtoto Palma, kung bibigyan ka ng pagkakataon mamili sa dalawa, forgiving yourself or forgiving others, why?
I would choose to forgive myself. Mainly because you cannot give something that you don't have. You cannot fill other people's cup without filling yours first. And I don't think that I will be able to forgive other people without fully forgiving myself first.
Thank you. Next.
Thank you.
So from Tito D, which do you want to be, influencer or relatable one?
100% I will choose to be relatable. As I've said earlier, I want people to see beauty queens in a more approachable vibe, someone who actually makes mistakes, someone who is very similar to them, who has the same experiences, who also fails, who is imperfect. I want them to feel that beauty queens are also human beings, that we are not superficial beings that they can only see on TV and on pictures. I want to be relatable. I want to be able to reach out to people and be able to talk to them without them feeling intimidated. So I'd rather choose relatable over being an influencer.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
We have comments again.
Go,
Oh, Miss
Billie.
Mel Maria, one of my designers from Cebu.
Wow. Thank you
Pumunta
so
na din
much,
pala sa
Miss
Cebu?
Maria.
I live in Cebu, Sir Ryan. I live in Cebu, but doon kasi ako based for work.
Nakakaintindi ka ng Bisaya.
Kasabot na ako mag-Bisaya, pero gamay lang.
Oh, okay. Mayo.
Okay. So, reading naman sa ating comments.
From
Hi,
James
James.
Brian
Good
Albante,
evening.
good evening everyone. Yun yung sabi niya.
Another one.
Thanks. Sir Rabs Carion Alfonso watching Doha, Qatar. See, my supporter ka na sa Doha, Qatar.
Wow. I love
Dadami pa
Qatar.
to. So from
Thank you,
Kelvin
Kelvin.
Klein Lazardi Manalili, hi Miss Universe Cavite, go laban. Pwede nga Miss Universe na.
Next.
Thank you, Ina. Thank you.
From JL Calzas Dahan, I love you, my Miss Universe Philippines. Love from Cavite. From Miss Larry Armintia, super pasabog talaga ni Miss Billie. Proud Caviteño po. Nakaka-proud talaga, Miss Larry.
Thank you.
From Miss Noreen Eliona Zapico,
Question.
if life is so short, okay, ito yung tanong niya. If life is so short, why do you think we do so many things that we don't like and like many things that we don't do?
I think the things that we do and don't do makes life exciting. The choices that we make directs us to the right path. And I believe in something that is called destiny. And that whatever choices that we do dictates what our destiny will be. And so, yes, life may be short, but it's also worth it.
Okay.
Thank
So
you. Next question. From Mr. Jericho S. Alimarin. Hi po, laban lang po, Miss Cavite.
Thank you. Thank you.
Miss pala yun. Okay, from Mr. Jeron Olea. 100 years from now, who would have historians select as the most influential woman in the 21st century and why? Please share your real vision. Miss Universe Thailand 2020 question. Sama bang pagkabasa ko? Yun.
Yes. If I would select the most influential woman in the 21st century, that would be Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern. She is the Prime Minister of New Zealand, and the way they're faced in a pandemic right now, and the way she handled the crisis in her country is very admirable. She led her country to practically 0 cases when the pandemic hit, and that only goes to show how good woman's leadership could be, and especially with the heart that we have, the caring heart and the grace that women has, I think she would best fit as the most influential woman in the 21st century.
Wow, thank
Wow.
you. Here's
Nice
another
answer.
Another comment.
From CARLS, Go Cavite.
Thank you. Thank you, Carl.
From Mr.
Aw.
Joel Keno
Thank you,
Malaran,
Joel.
I really like a girl with short hair, looks intelligent. Tama ba?
Thank you.
Oh,
Perfect.
right. From Mr. Muhaimin Kasmin Unsa, my God, nakaka-blush ang kagandahan. Tamang-tama
you.
yan.
So we have another question.
From Mr. Archie Gamit Mugato. So, ito yung tanong niya. What do you think about using interpreter in Miss Universe Philippines 2020?
I think the candidates should always have the option to use the language that she feels comfortable with, and the language that can best translate her thoughts and her ideas to the public. And so I think the use of an interpreter is actually essential to that. And I fully support if there will be a candidate who would choose to have an interpreter during the coronation night.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Next comment.
From Miss Vanessa Garonia. Good evening, Miss You. Oh, miss you ka na.
Thank you, Vanessa.
Next.
From
Thank you,
Mr.
Larry.
Larry Armentia. Thank you, Miss Billie, sa pag-notice support. Miss Universe Cavite 2020 hashtag. From Mr.
I love
JL
you too. I love you
Calzas. I love you, Miss You, Philippines. Kana. So,
Thank you,
Cedric Seda,
Cedric.
Pugan,
This is so
crown
sweet.
her one of my favorite top contender, Miss Cavite. Pa-shout out, Miss Billie from your fan in Camiguin Island. Oh,
Thank you, Cedric. I've been to Camiguin. It's beautiful. After all this is over, you guys should go check out Camiguin. It's very beautiful. Ganda. Even the white sand bar, sobrang ganda.
from Mr. Enzo de la Cruz. Short hair looks so sophisticated on her. So gorgeous. Tama
Thank
ka.
you, Enzo. Thank you.
Okay, so we have another question.
From Mr. Sherwin Francisco Alibanto. With the recent situation of students today, what is your message to them?
I have a younger sister and a younger brother who are currently studying college or on college level. And I have seen their struggles. I saw how much anxiety they had because of the current situation. And there was a point when they couldn't adjust anymore. I know this is not my story to tell, but as a big sister, my message to them will also be my message to the students, the other students who are going through the same thing. Ask for help, talk to someone. We cannot keep all these emotions bottled up within us. We are human beings that are meant to connect to other people and who are meant to ask for help. We have to cooperate, we have to help each other. And I think that is the only way that we can survive this together.
All right. Thank you. We
Alright.
have another
Ganda ng sagot.
question. Perfect. We have another question.
From Mr. Jericho S.
Mhm.
Alimarin, what important qualities that a phenomenal woman should display in today's phenomenon?
Number one, she should be authentic because the only way for you to be able to influence and to inspire others is if you're showing your true self. Second would be she should be relatable. She should be able to touch and reach out to different types of people. And lastly, she should be passionate. Whatever work, whatever job, whatever challenges that is thrown at her, she should be able to surpass all of this because she is passionate enough with what she is doing. And I think that those are the qualities that a phenomenal woman should have today.
Thank you so much,
Okay, thank
Billy.
you.
We have another question.
Thank you for the answer. Here's the other question from Miss Anne Dahan de la Cuesta. What makes you different from other girls competing today?
Every single girl is different. All of us have our own strengths and our own weaknesses, but my true personality is something that I'm really proud of. I am not shy about my imperfections, and I'm actually proud of my insecurities. I have started showing them in the past few years, and I have embraced all of it. And it is something that is really really hard to do, but it is one way for me to differentiate myself, and that is where I drew my strength from. And I think that's what makes me different.
Very
Excellent.
good answer.
Next question.
From Mr. Jacob Centeno. Hi, Miss Billy. I'm from Cagayan de Oro, kababayan ko. So I'm a biggest fan of yours. This is a question for you. Why beauty pageants if we have organizations where we could perform our advocacy? Saan?
That's a good question. Advocacy is not a prerequisite in beauty pageants. Beauty pageants is a platform for the girls to be able to speak about something that that they believe in and that they truly support. Maybe it's not a particular advocacy, or maybe they will just be working for the organization's advocacy. But girls who join beauty pageants, especially nowadays, are the new breed of beauty queens. We have more grit. We are more motivated into achieving what we have. And joining beauty pageants is just a stepping stone for us. This is not the final, this is not the goal. This is just the journey.
Thank you so much. We have another question from our viewers.
From Ms. Gersava Tomambo Tej. So this year competition is fierce. A lot of strong contender with powerhouse Davao, Quezon, Bohol, Sorsogon, Cebu, and of course, papatalo pa ba ang Cavite? And how's your team supremacy preparation?
Honestly, I believe in staying in my own lane. I don't look at the other girls. I don't look at their journeys. I don't compare myself with them because I am my own competition. In terms of preparation, my team has been providing me with all the necessary tools and knowledge that I should use for this pageant. So I think I can compete, and I have the right to be here just as much as all the other girls. And these girls are all beautiful and intelligent and are all deserving of the crown. It will all boil down to destiny.
Wow, nerve-wracking answer.
Okay, we have comments again.
From Mr. Ray Hatan. Billy for the win. And on the crown, you are very composed, and I can see the extraordinary queenly beauties that you can impart to every Filipino and to all the
Thank
people
you.
in the universe.
So we have another question.
From Mr. Jovan Eli. What is your, okay, ito yung tanong niya. So what is your view about abortion?
I think that bodily autonomy is something that should be practiced here in the Philippines, especially because women should be in charge of their bodies. They should have at least the option to what is right, what they think is right for their bodies. And that option should only be said and should only be chosen by these women. So I think abortion should be one of them.
Okay. So we have viewers from our YouTube channel.
So,
Thank you,
ito yung
Abitan.
tanong
Thank
niya.
you.
Abitan, hello Billy, aiming for you. Proud Cavitenia here, kababayan. From Miss Anne Dahan de la Cuesta, you justly deserve from the crown. I think
You
this is crown
really
for this
deserve
year.
it.
From Grace de Guzman, hello Ate Billy. For hearts. The next Miss Universe. Oh, kaya pala yung kasunod, the next Miss Universe.
Thank you. Thank you, Grace.
May aura naman.
Yes.
From Mr. Resty Grant SBL, rooting for you, Miss Billy.
Thank you.
Wow, ang dami ng mga viewers ah. From Mr.
Oh,
Christian Ariete, do you know him?
Yeah, he was my former professor in college.
Wow.
Oh. Hi, Billy, you're doing a great job. My question is, if you are to be crowned as Miss Universe Philippines 2020, how will you represent the women of yesterday, today, and tomorrow?
I think women of yesterday, the women of today, and the women of tomorrow are all phenomenal. They are all strong. However, I will represent them in a way that I can amplify the voices of women. I can actually deliver or be the voice of women of today, yesterday, and tomorrow. And that's how I think I will represent us women.
Thank you.
Thank you. So,
We have comment
from Mr.
again.
Harry Pacaco Palma, top 5 Iloilo, Cavite, Davao, Bohol, and Sorsogon. Kasali ka. So, from Mr. Junjun Anabo, talino ni ate. From Mr. Sam Brosas,
Mama Sam Brosas, thank you.
paganda ka ng paganda, grabe.
Thank you so much, Sam Brusas, for watching.
From Mr. Harry Pacaco Palma, shout out idol from Iloilo.
Hi, Harry. Good evening. Thank you for watching.
So we have
From Miss Angel May Gatgota. Okay, hello Ate Kim, have you ever been bullied? If so, how did you handle it? Love you po, forever fan.
Oh, thank you, Angel. Yes, I was bullied before. And it's a very negative and scarring experience, honestly. And I carried it all throughout my, I think perhaps until I was college. And it is very scarring, and I don't think anyone deserves to be bullied. I don't think anyone should be anyone deserves to be laughed at because of your imperfection, which is why right now I chose to use these imperfections to show everyone that it's okay, because we are human, and it's never right to bully others, to laugh at them and to judge them and misjudge them, because it's not doing any good to you or neither the person that you're bullying. And if this culture, if I have the power to stop this culture, I will do everything in my power to do it.
Thank you for that answer. Precise answer. Tama ka dyan, Mr. Marjon. From Mr.
Thank you,
Marjon
Marjo.
Maribao Cadillana. So here's the other question.
Thank
Oh,
you,
okay.
Jess.
Blooming ate, ang ganda. From Mr. Mark. Thanks for watching. From Mr. Rayhatan, how are you going? Okay, ito yung tanong niya. How are you going to tell the importance of femininity to those young women who are practicing premarital sex?
I think more than telling them the importance of femininity, what we need most is proper sex education. We have to admit that the world is changing, and we can only prepare for it through education. And our children, as young as possible, they have to understand what what they're gonna do and what they're getting themselves into. So I think more than showing and telling them the importance of femininity, I think they have to understand their own bodies first, and they have to understand that they have choices and they have to choose wisely.
Thank you for that answer. So next question from Mr. John Mosaid or Mosaid. Okay, so how would you say no if someone you love push you to do unlawful act?
If he pushes me to do an unlawful act, then I don't think he deserves my love, and I don't think he loved me at all. And therefore, I will terminate the relationship, move on, and forgive him in the future because maybe he had his reasons, but I know what is right for me, and I know what is right for everyone around me.
Okay. So thank you for
Romeo.
watching, Mr. Romeo 14, watching from Bacoor, Cavite. Shout out. Next viewers. Okay. From Miss Leng May Larpido, isa sa bet ko yan sa pangbato ng Miss Universe.
Thank you.
Yes, you're right, Miss Leng May. From Miss Noren Aliona Zapico, ask ko po Ate Billie, ilan pong Q&A po ba sa Miss Universe 2020 coronation po?
Actually, hindi pa namin alam. Honestly, hindi ko pa, wala, I still don't have any idea how the question and answer portion will flow. So I think for that, you have to subscribe to the Ring Light series. The 3rd episode already aired tonight, and baka there we can have a glimpse of how the preliminaries and the finals night would be.
Okay, so next question. From Miss Noren Eliona Zapico, ask ko, okay, pareho lang.
Tapos na yan. Billy, I have a question
Shoot.
for you.
Go.
So, diba, if there is an opening statement sa Miss Universe Philippines 2020, what would be your opening statement?
Actually, I've been preparing for that. I would want to answer that question, but I want it to be a surprise.
Wow, it's pasabog, diba? And anyway, another question, follow-up questions. So, do you have any hint na maibibigay mo sa amin regarding with your national costume?
It's very Cavite, but it's also very Philippines.
Wow.
Wow.
So we're very much excited to see that
Yes.
pasabog from you.
By the way, it's it was made by Mama Rene Salud. So
wow.
I'm really, really proud of that national costume.
Okay,
Wow.
so let's move on naman sa ating another prepared questions from our past Miss Universe.
Okay.
So, we have another question. There you go.
Okay, so here's the question. Are you ready, Miss Billie? So
Yes.
according to the World Health Organizations, there's urgent need for HIV testing across the globe. Do you believe that HIV testing should be made mandatory? Question ng Miss Universe 2009.
I do not disagree with this, but I still think that people should have the option. But nowadays, I think we have to break the stigma about HIV, and I think having ourselves tested is not just safe for us, but also safe for the people around us and the people who we interact with. So I think the smartest thing for us to do is to have ourselves tested.
Thank you so much. Another question.
Yes. So here's a question. Do you think speaking English should be prerequisite? Why or why not? So question ng Miss Universe 2012.
No, I don't think it should be a prerequisite. Mainly because language is not the your speaking language is not the only thing that you can use for your thoughts, your feelings, and your ideas to come across. You also have to have the heart. You also have to have the actions put into what you want to impart to people. So I don't think speaking English or the using the English language is a requirement for you to be a Miss Universe.
Very nice question. Very nice answer.
Tingnan mo to,
Next.
si Janine Togonon to, di ba?
Yes.
Yes.
Ano?
Sir
Next
Jay,
question
marami
tayo.
akong mga Facebook friends dito na nagbe-message na say hi lang daw kay Miss Cavite.
Sure.
Sinusuportahan nila si Mr. Eric Falcon, Edward
Hi,
Aquino,
Sir
marami sila ha.
Eric.
Facebook
Good evening,
friends
Sir
ko.
Edward.
They're not from Cavite but gusto nila yung aura mo daw.
Thank
Wow.
you. Thank you po.
Okay, next question na tayo.
Okay, so here's the question. In many parts of the world, obstacles still exist that impede women from achieving their goals in some corporations. What can women do to overcome this? Question ng Miss Universe 2009.
Women are fascinating beings. We are strong and we are intelligent. And we can find ways to, 100 ways to fix things. And I think this can be an advantage to any corporation. But I agree, there is still an obstacle for our promotions, for us to have better opportunities. And I think what we should do is to have more voices to speak up for all the women who are experiencing such problems or such a disadvantage in their chosen fields. So what we need now are more representatives and more voices.
Thank you so
Wow.
much, Billy. Next question. This is our last question now.
Okay, so here's the last question. If you could be a fictional film or literary character, who would you be and why? Sa question ng Miss Universe 1994. Ang ganda ng tanong.
Yes, very, no? I think I want to be Tinkerbell, inspired from one of my photo shoots recently. Tinkerbell with her fairy dust, and you can make people fly, and they have to be forced to think happy thoughts for them to be able to do that. And so by making people think happy thoughts, we remove negativity from them, and then that's the only way that they could fly. So if I would be a fictional character, I would want to be a Tinkerbell.
Wow. And who's the Peter Pan?
That I don't know.
All right, so let's have reading comments from our viewers naman. By the way, batiin muna natin ang ating 231 viewers. Maraming salamat for tuning in.
Hi, good evening. Thank you po for
241
staying.
Oo.
I know
Please-
it's already late. Thank you for staying.
Yeah.
So
Thank
they're watching also yung mga kababayan ko sa Cagayan de Oro. Ang ganda-ganda daw ni Miss Billie. So supportahan din nila.
Cagayan de Oro, madalas ako lumipad dyan.
Mhm.
Lagintingan Airport.
Oh, alam na alam.
Okay, Billy, na-ask ko to nung during our fast talk. What is the most impressive thing you know how to do? And you answered beatbox. Can you give us an example of that?
Hindi ko alam kung maganda siya pakinggan sa mic ko, but I did this before, so let's just give it a try. Please don't judge.
Go.
Okay. That's it.
Jay, hindi ko yun kaya.
Wow,
Kaya mo ba,
very-
Jay?
Very talented talaga si Miss Cavite. Hindi ko
May
kaya yun.
talent portion din ba ang Miss Universe Philippines?
Wala po, wala.
I think wala pa
But that would
silang
be
talent.
exciting if I do that on stage. Just not
Wow.
actually ang idol ko dito. The reason why I started beatboxing was Miss World Queenie Rich Reman. I think it was 2013. Yun yung talent ni Miss Queenie. Sobrang bilib na bilib ako, so I started doing it as well.
Siguro kung may talent, no, panalo ka na. Ang galing mo. Perfect.
Parang siya
Oo,
palang
yun
yung
ba?
magta-talent ng ganun, di ba?
No, si Miss Queenie Rich Reman before. Siya yung kauna-unahang beauty queen na nag-beatbox.
Wow. Okay, let's have ayan, may mga katanungan ulit yung ating viewers.
Ang raming viewers, Billy.
You have
So from Mr. Ralph Corsa, okay, here's the question. Why does nodding of the head signify yes and shaking of the head no?
I think this is different from with every culture. We have Indians who do the head nodding as well, but it doesn't necessarily mean no. I think what we should show if we agree or not is actually say it. And I think the action of nodding is not a signifier that we actually say yes or no to a question or to a discussion.
Wow.
Wow. Perfect.
Nice answer.
Next
question from Mr. Toffee Kababat. There's a protest going on right outside here calling the Miss Universe pageant disrespectful to women. Convince them that they are wrong. How are you going to convince them?
Let's pretend I'm on stage.
Yes.
Mhm.
Right here with me on stage are 50 beautiful ladies who are intelligent. We have lawyers, we have doctors, we have engineers, we have professionals, we have graduate students. And this goes to show that we are multifaceted, and beauty pageants is not a way for people to disrespect women, but actually a way for women to be highlighted, especially through their strengths. And I think that us being here on stage is an example to younger girls, to younger women, that both things are achievable. If you have the heart and you have the passion to help, you can be successful in your chosen field and also be influential and inspirational to other people.
Thank you.
Wow.
Next
you.
question.
So from Mr. Marjon, do you think we can still come up with this versimil? How do you pronounce this one?
Versailles multitude happening in our country right now.
Yes.
Yes, we can still come up with solutions to the current problems that the country is facing. But the key is that we have to help each other out. We have to cooperate. We have to abide by the laws. We have to work hand in hand with the government. And in return, the government has to listen to what we have to say. And that is the only way for our country to move forward and surpass any challenges that they're facing.
Perfect.
Okay. Brilliant
Okay.
answer.
Let's comment from our YouTube channel viewers.
From Mr. Tablia RLM. So lumalamang din talaga ng sagot si Queen Billie. Gosh, nakakasira ng listahan. Yun yung sabi niya. Nakakagulo. From Mr. Oliver Santo Domingo, galing sumagot.
Thank you po.
From Mr. Polintan Gomia Junrey, ang ganda ni Miss Cavite.
Thank you, Sir Polintan. Thank you for watching po. Sir Jason Alba, good evening. Thank you for watching. Please keep sharing the link of this live.
Yes. Okay, next.
From Miss Anne, love you so much, girl. You're my queen.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Anne, for watching.
From Miss Ling May Lerpido. Do you know her?
No, but Miss Jamaica, that's flattering. She's gorgeous. Si ano to, diba? Cassie Fennell.
Yeah.
Yes. Short hair din.
Miss Jamaica. Ay, yung ano? 28. 17 ata yun? 18.
I can't remember the
17.
year.
Okay.
Thank you, Noslin. Thank you.
From Mr. Noslin Linar. Good luck, Billy. Lena Ref. From Mr. Juris. Okay, may tanong siya. I would like to support. Okay, di pala tanong. I would like to
Thank you for
support Miss Cavite because she's pretty and intelligent from Pasay here.
Thank you po. Thank you.
So we have
From
viewers
Mr.
from our
Ed.
YouTube channel.
Wow, dumadami talaga. So from Mr. Edgar Velez, we also love to hear Miss Bohol to be interviewed. Billy is phenomenal.
Thank you,
For
Mr.
You're
sure.
Edgar.
right,
Salamat
Mr.
po.
Edgar. So, Tablia, ang galing. From Mr. Tablia, tama ka sir, ang galing.
Thank you, sir.
Ray Hatan, if the say live life to the fullest, why there people want to experience you only live once? Yan yung tanong niya.
I think the answer to that would be live the life that you want to live. Take the path that you want to take. Both living to the fullest and you living as if this is your last only means that you're taking advantage of all the opportunities set in front of you. You are taking up on all the challenges that you can take, and you're just basking into all the successes and the rewards that all these things are thrown at you. And I think that is living life to the fullest, and also still trying to live as if this is your last. So live the life that you want to live.
Wow.
Thank you so much. Next question.
So, from Mr. Edgar Velez, how is your stand about discrimination with the LGBTQ members?
I think discrimination on all levels is wrong. I think the most important social movement of our time is our fight for equality, not just for women equality, not just racial discrimination, but now most importantly, the LGBTQ members. I think we are all placed in this world as human beings, as equals, and we should be respectful of each other. We should try to no longer tolerate, but be acceptable of each other also. Since we are sharing this world, we are actually tasked to be stewards of all creation, and these people that our brothers and sisters are also human beings that we have to also take care of.
Oh, good answer. And from Mr. Samsudin, Pinag. Wow, beautiful Miss Cavite. Ang
Thank
ganda
you
naman
po.
talaga. Sobra. From Mr. Rogel, as a beauty queen, tanong to, as a beauty queen, how would you respond to rudeness, criticism?
In terms of criticism, I always take everything with a grain of salt. I know which things I have to filter. I know who to listen to, and I do not tolerate rudeness. If I can just look past them, I would do it. If it's not gonna do me any good or do me any help or any benefit at all, then I will choose to disregard it because I do not want to live a life filled with negativity.
Thank you for the answer. So yung nakita ko si Queen Billie katulad ng nakita ko kay Queen Pia from Miss I am Glenn RLM. So
Thank you, Aaron.
from Mr. Aaron Padilla, okay, we're proud of you, Ate Billie. You are a great pride of our region. Caviteño to. Rami mo talagang supporters, Miss Billie.
Thank you.
You deserve that. So, from Mr. Alfer Ompad, watching from Cebu po, Miss Cavite is definitely beauty and brain combines.
Thank you,
Yes.
Alper.
From Mr. Dave Corona, if happiness, okay, tanong to. So, if happiness would be the currency of the Philippines, how will you make yourself wealthy?
I find happiness when I make people happy, when I make people smile, when I know that I am doing something significant to the people around me. And I think with whatever that I'm doing right now, as a Miss Universe candidate, as a flight attendant, as a doctor, I think I am already a very wealthy person because I know that I am doing my best to make people around me happy.
That's a great answer. Diba?
Next question from Mr. Ralph. What determines what dreams a person has when he or she sleeps?
Oh, I don't quite understand the question. What
Okay.
determines dreams a
Mhm.
person has?
When
Um,
he or she sleeps.
I personally cannot remember the dreams that I have whenever I'm asleep. But definitely, if I were to dream about something, I would want
Mhm.
it to be something that is adventurous, something that is not me, something that I think I cannot do. Perhaps an adventurous escapade or me bungee
Mm.
jumping because I'm actually afraid of height. So if I were to remember a dream of mine, I think that would be it.
Oh, kahit mahirap yung sago ay tanong, nasagot pa rin.
It's quite confusing actually, but that's how I understood it.
Confusing nga din yung tanong eh.
Mm-mm.
So, from Mr. Romeo 14, Miss Cavite, if you choose a crown or career, why?
Both. I currently
Why?
have a job. I currently have a job, and I am competing for the Miss Universe Philippines, and I know that I am equipped to achieve and to retain both.
All right. Next, we have viewers from our Pageant Trend TV YouTube channel.
So, from Mr. Renzi Mahinay, so here's the next question. So, do you think there is a certain level of sexiness that is appropriate or inappropriate in pageantry?
Mhm. Um, yes, we are public figures. We're trying to be public figures, and a lot of people can see whatever we post. And in terms of being sexy in these pictures, we also have to take into consideration that there are young people who are looking into these photos. But we also want to show them that we are trying to be comfortable with our own skin. We are trying to be comfortable with our own bodies, and we want them to be inspired by that. That we have our imperfections, but we are still confident and we are still okay with showing all these imperfections. And I want them to take inspiration from that. But yes, there should be a certain level of sexiness whenever we post something, especially if we are joining a beauty pageant.
Wow.
Thank you. Next question.
So, for Mr. Joel Pablo, here's the question. Can you answer the question asked to Miss Thailand 2020 Amanda last night? But let us localize instead of Thailand. Make it happen. Philippines. Anong
I'm
tanong
sorry,
Remember,
yan?
what was the
ito yung
question?
tanong. Okay,
O
ito yung
sige.
tanong. If you become the new Miss Universe Philippines 2020, in what way you would represent yourself as one of the iconic of the Philippines
Hmm.
or a phenomenal?
I will showcase and represent myself as the authentic and the true me because that is my best version. Why will I try to be someone else when I can be the best me? And this is something that people can be inspired from. This is something that will make them realize that they too should accept themselves for who they are. And that is how I would want to represent myself as Miss Universe Philippines.
Thank you so much. Comments from our viewers naman.
Dumabag from Miss
Thank
Dumabag. I
you.
agree, nakakasira sa listahan si Miss Billie. Beauty and brain, indeed. Watching from Singapore. International na yan. So, from Mr. JL again, Diyos ko, ang bola-bola
Bula-bula.
Ang
naman na
bula-bula.
masyado. Sorry. Nag-dinner ka ba ng sabon? Love you.
Here's another question.
Okay, from Mr. Joris Prudence. Okay, I have question for you. What is your definition of success?
I think success is when you find your purpose in life and you are able to fulfill that purpose. I think if I do that and if I finally find that purpose, I can consider myself a successful woman.
Mm-hmm.
Next.
So from Mr. Christian, here's the other question. What makes you a true queen?
Every single woman is a queen in her own rights. This is because of her experiences. This is because of her struggles. This is because of the challenges that she surpassed that made her the true queen that she is right now. And the same thing goes for me.
Wow, nice answer. From Mr. Alfer on Pod. So here's the question. What mindset of society would you like to change?
I want people to be more selfless. We have been living in a very selfish world where we only take advantage of the things that are presented to us. I think it is now the right time for us to share whatever we have, to reach out a helping hand, and to make the world a better place, because altruism exists and that cooperation is there, and that is the mindset that I want the society to have.
Thank you for that answer. Okay, here's the other question from Mr. Edgar Velas. What can you advise to all the people in the universe who loses their hope because of this pandemic?
First thing, cry. Cry it out. Then don't stop there. You can ask for help. You can try to reach out to people that are close to you. You have to talk to people, but never lose hope. This pandemic is really a big challenge, and it has affected all of us in many different ways, some worse than the others. But by working together and by sharing the light that we have, we can still instill hope within each one of us. And we have to start asking for help. We have to start talking to people, because we can only get through this if we work together.
Okay, thank you for that answer. So here's the other question from Mr. James Benedict Kaiklian. Good
That's a
evening po, Miss Universe 20
Not a
from Cavite.
question.
Question ba to? Ay, hindi pala question.
comment.
A comment lang pala. So Miss Universe 2020 from Cavite, Philippines. I proclaim it in Jesus' mighty name. Beauty and brain talaga. Proud Caviteño here.
Thank you po.
Intimidating. Sabi ni Mr. Jeron Olea.
Yes,
Totoo
I
naman,
have been called.
nakaka-intimidate.
I have been called intimidating a lot of times, but I'm actually not. I don't consider myself intimidating at all. Maybe because of some of my facial features, maybe quite intimidating. But once you actually talk to me, I can be medyo bakla, kalog, ganyan. So I'm not really that intimidating.
Okay, thank you for the answer. Here's the question. Okay, from Mr. Renzi and Mahina, if you are publicly called out by somebody, like let's say on social media, will you respond or remain unbothered?
This actually depends on what I am being called out. I mean, what I did, whatever I did that is being called out. But if it's possible for me to personally talk to the person who called me out on something, I would do that, because I think communication is always the key in resolving problems such as this one. So I think I will respond, but privately, so we can have better understanding, and so that a miscommunication can be avoided. I already answered this question kanina.
Oo, tama ka. From Mr. Elver NB. Na-answer mo na to eh. Okay, here's the other question.
Ooh.
Okay, from Mr. Franz Jams. If you were to choose po, who would be your top 5 for Miss Universe Philippines? Including, of course, including yourself na po. So 4 na lang ang piliin niyo po. Thanks po.
I'm going to be biased on this one. I'm going to choose the people that that I'm really, really close with, my sisters. That'd be Miss Bohol, Paulina Amlings, Paula Ortega of Albay. I will also pick Miss Rabia Mateo of Iloilo, and sino ba? My sister from Aces and Queens also, Miss Michelle Gumabaw.
Okay, nice answer. Okay, here's the. I would share your answer is strong. Good
Comments.
luck.
Thank you, Sir
Okay,
Edgar.
comment.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you so
I
much
will
for
take
watching Edgar
note.
Velas. I would share to Billy, my inputs always end up your answer strong. Good luck. You can make it, Billy.
Thank you,
Wow.
Sir Edgar. Salamat
Wow.
po.
That's a very
Thanks
nice
for
compliment.
watching.
So we have another compliments from our viewers.
From Mr. James Benedict Kaiklian. Lakas po ng dating nyo. Iba ang ganda ng Caviteña. Pang Miss Universe po talaga. Love you so much po from Cavite.
Thank you, James. Salamat po.
Okay, so this question is relatable.
Okay.
So, wait lang, nawala. Actually, there are so many
Diba?
questions na nakapila sa'yo. Ang daming nagko-comments, questions. So, ito na
Nawala.
lang.
May tanong ako.
Nawala. Sige,
Okay lang ba,
sige.
Jay?
Sure.
Okay. I have a question here. What would you say is the biggest problem facing our healthcare system today in the Philippines? Why?
I think number one, there is lack of education in terms of the people. We still have areas in the Philippines who don't believe in medicines, who still rely in albularyo and other means of treating illnesses. So I think what we need is to educate people is that proper healthcare is something that should have and is actually our right. So I think that is a major problem that we have in terms of our healthcare system, the lack of education for the people.
All right. Do you still have a
Okay.
question, Ryan?
Yes. Okay, next question.
Talagang gisang-gisa ka ngayon, Billy.
At saka, full spoken talaga eh.
Yes. Okay, question.
Okay, what are the best qualities a parent could share with their children? Why?
I think it's the quality of being forgiving. People make mistakes, and as early as possible, we need to instill to our children that we are human beings, and it is perfectly fine to make mistakes, and to be able for them to appreciate that and to learn from those mistakes. Our parents should forgive them. Parents should not shame them or hit them just because of the mistakes that they've done. And I think that being forgiving is something that the children can actually carry out in their future lives and that they can actually share as they go on with their lives.
All right. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Billy. So ako muna magbabasa neto, Roy.
Yes.
Okay, here is questions from our viewers. Ito na, relatable question. Until now, we're facing this pandemic situations, COVID-19. What have you done or what are you doing in your life to help save our community? It's a question from Pulintan, Gomia Junray.
So I will start answering your question with what I'm doing with my own life. So I follow the protocol. I cooperate with whatever the government mandates. And I think this is very important. We have to be united in terms of facing problems such as this one. In terms of my contribution to this one, I have actually supported donation drives, mainly in Cavite, General Mariano Alvarez. And this is what we call the donation drive, Albente para sa Residente, where we were able to come up with funds that can feed a family of jeep drivers in the area. I think those little things makes a big impact. And above all that, I think the major thing that we needed, that I contributed, was trying to talk to people who are going through anxiety and depression in the time of pandemic, especially during the lockdown, because it's really not easy. Even I experienced that kind of anxiety when I was stuck in Cebu when I was alone. So I think that was my contribution during the time of pandemic.
Thank you so much, Billy, for your answer. So we have comments from our viewers to the YouTube channel. So from Leticia Kachang, I like the way you answered, Miss Billy. Smart and direct to the point. Good luck and God bless. Wow,
Thank you, Miss
Wow.
Leticia.
Wow.
it's very complimenting. Next, we have from I am Glenn RLM. What will you choose between strong defender or a strong protector, and why?
Ooh, I think I will choose a strong protector. They say prevention is better than cure, so I think a good and a strong protector will come in handy in every situation.
Okay, so we have our last question now from our viewers. Ayan. Ay, wait lang.
Chrysanthemum.
Ang dami pa din. Wait lang. We're having some technical problems. So, ito muna yung yung comments from Crisanto Rizal Jr. Gapusan. Miss Billy, ano masasabi mo sa I think it's political questions. Sorry, but we cannot entertain the political questions. So, thank you for watching, Mr. Crisanto. So, you can ask other questions aside from political questions. Okay, so we're choosing our last question. Okay, this one. What are some challenges you think that next generation will face, from John Lloyd Coronacion?
I think it's lacking connection due to technology. Technological advancements have been really big in the past few years, but nothing beats physical connection. We are all stuck with our phones, with our laptops, with social media, but we forget to interact with our loved ones, with our family, and actually show them that we are there, that we care. And I think the next generation's problem might be, but it's not too late, they can still stop it. And that problem is the lack of physical, loving connection with their loved ones.
All right, thank you, Miss Billy.
Thank you, John Lloyd, for the question.
Thank you.
Okay, so that ends our our live
Oh my
session.
God.
Medyo nag-overtime na tayo dahil nadala tayo sa sa galing sumagot ni Miss Cavite, 'di ba? So I hope na
Thank you, Jay. Grabe yun.
May isang tanong lang ako, Sir Jay.
okay,
Ano
sige,
bang
sige.
diet ni Miss Billy? Bakit napaka slim niya tignan?
Actually,
Sexy.
Sir Ryan, hindi ako nagda-diet. Papagalitan ako ni Papa Jay kapag napanood niya tong interview na to.
Oh.
I always well, I try to eat healthy, but I don't really have a particular diet. Siguro sabi nila mabilis daw talaga yung metabolism, but my dad and my mom actually they're medyo petite din talaga yung body type nila. So nasa lahi, sabi nga nila. But in terms of diet, I think it applies to all. Balanced, healthy diet.
That's
How
great.
tall are you po?
5'8".
Ang tangkad.
Yes, matangkad siya. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video para maraming makapanood at masaksihan ang ating Miss Universe Philippines Cavite. And
Sir Jay, wala kang patang twister ngayon, no?
wala muna tayong patang twister. So,
A family from Bohol pala, Falcon family, sabi nila, susuportahan nila all the way si Miss Cavite. Also, yung Miss Bohol
po.
din nila.
Salamat po. Thank you. Thank you po, Falcon family. I'll give regards to Pauline. Nandito lang siya actually.
Okay, so guys, don't forget to support Miss Cavite sa kanyang journey, and mag-subscribe na kayo sa kanyang ring light series with RL Cavite, tama?
Yes po.
Okay.
And your support for this ring light series, a portion of which will go to my beneficiary, Ate Diane Reyes. So please subscribe and help me help Ate Diane.
Okay. So do you have any last message or message to your fans and supporters? And
Yes.
invite mo na rin din yung ano mo, Ring Light series.
Yeah. Thank you, Jay. Thank you for this platform, this opportunity for me to thank everyone who supported me throughout the journey. I know there will be no audience for the coronation night, but trust me that you will be in my heart all throughout the journey and on stage for the Miss Universe Philippines coronation. And maraming salamat sa pagsuporta to all my believers. Thank you so much. For those who haven't followed me on Instagram and on Facebook, feel free to like and follow. And for the Ring Light series, just go to empire.ph and use my code RL Cavite. Again, help me help Ate Diane Reyes. A portion of your subscription will go to your candidate's chosen beneficiary and to the organization's beneficiaries as well. Maraming salamat po sa panonood and have a good evening, everyone. Stay safe.
Yes. How about invite mo sila sa sa coronation night?
Oh yes, the coronation night will be on the 25th. It will be aired on GMA 7 at 9 a.m. But if you want the full coronation live stream, it will be in the Ring Light series, episode 8. So you have to subscribe so you can also see the backstage happenings and behind the scene footages of the girls. So we uploaded our third episode just a while ago. So go check that out.
Wow. Thank you so much, Billie, for
Thank
accepting
you,
our
Jay.
invitation, diba? And for having
Thank you,
us
Jay.
our time, diba? So
Anytime.
medyo natagalan tayo, diba?
I know.
Because you're so busy.
Witty.
Oh,
Almost
thank you,
magka
guys.
2 hours
Any
na.
last message?
Sorry.
Oo, eh.
Sir Jay?
Ryan, do you have message?
Thank you sa lahat sa mga viewers. Tapos, supportahan po natin yung pambato natin sa Cavite, si Miss Billie. Hindi kayo magsisisi sa pagsuporta sa kanya dahil napakaganda, talino. Total package bilang isang Miss Universe Philippines 2020. Yes, and then thank you po sa mga viewers natin sa Cagayan de Oro. Rufuli family, salamat. At saka mga friends ko dito sa Facebook, marami nagme-message dahil sabi nila ang ganda daw ni Miss Billie, maganda. Tapos when daw yung pageant, ganun-ganon. So stay tuned lang kayo dito sa Pageant 10.
Yes, for more updates, just like and follow our Facebook account and also Instagram and also YouTube account, which is the Pageant Trend TV. So naka-live din po tayo sa Facebook page and also YouTube channel. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in and see you on our next video or interview session. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Sorry ka. Bye-bye. Salamat sa tanan.
Thank you, Billie.
Thank you.